a true number one threat to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference. I'll start off with you, Justin. How you feel?
When it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks, I definitely feel that they are the number one threat to the Celtics, but I personally feel that they are actually the favorites in the Eastern Conference. They're on a 10-game winning streak right now. And what I said in the beginning of the season is still how I feel now. I feel they are the team with the least amount of question marks. We've seen, the Boston Celtics from last season just have a little bit of drop off just on the defensive side. When it comes to a team like the Sixers, we still have to see how James Harden is going to perform in the playoffs alongside Joel Embiid. We definitely see what just happened with the Brooklyn Nets. Their team just completely just fell apart from being real contenders. And then we're still watching the Cavs and the Miami Heat, two teams that or just hovering around that 5-6 seed, but we don't think they could really compete with a team like the Bucks or the Celtics. So I think now that the Bucks are healthy with Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday, it really seems like they have found their form. And I think they found it exactly at the right time when we're getting into the last part of the season, getting into the playoffs. So I definitely think they are actually the team to beat in the East and not the Boston Celtics.
All right. Jalen?
Yeah. The Boston Celtics is still a top number one in the conference, best team in the league. I feel specifically with the addition of Jay Crowder, it puts them over the edge. The Bucks at the edge. Um, they are on a 10-game win streak, and feel specifically in the playoffs. I feel like this is the best roster in the Eastern Conference for me. I still feel the Celtics are still going to perform and still come out of the East, but looking at the roster, I feel like it fits everything that they want to do on offense, defense, no matter what. I feel like it suits Giannis, no matter what. Whether he's in the lineup or out the lineup, they'll still be productive. With Chris Middleton coming back from injury, you got Joe Ingles, another person who's been in the playoffs, knows how to win you games. Same thing with Jay Crowder, same thing with Jrue Holiday, same thing with Brook Lopez, same thing with Bobby Portis. Like the roster top to bottom just knows how to win you games and plays defense like spectacular. So I feel like a lot of teams is going to struggle against the Bucks, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make it out the East. But I feel like they're the biggest threat to the Celtics. But I still feel I have the Celtics over them.
So for me, I would have to say I don't feel like that, just off the strength that how the Boston Celtics been playing as of recent, not even as of recent, even dating back to last playoffs. I feel like they have a key into like holding Giannis or containing Giannis to making sure that he's not as much as a threat as you seen like last year. Guys like Al Horford played great defense on Giannis Antetokounmpo, something that's rarely seen. I feel like Chris Middleton might need a year to get back into full like all-star form as well. They have been playing great as a, but I just think the Celtics been having quite some time now. We seen even back to Christmas where they blew them out at the court. So for me personally, I would just have to say no as of right now.
So who did you feel is like the biggest threat?
I feel like nobody's really the biggest threat, like especially like even Philly, like they just like I just think the Boston Celtics are a well-rounded team. Like you have guys that are out right now within like Marcus Smart. You got guys like Derrick White that stepped up. You got guys like Malcolm Brogdon too. You just added another shooter, Mike Muscala. Like you have a well-centered like team. You have every piece that fits from the center position to the guard position to the forward position. Like every spot is filled up. So they have like a very variation of offense and defense whenever they need to.
Can I ask, in last year's playoffs, if Chris Middleton was healthy for that Celtics series in the semifinals, do you think the Bucks would have beat the Celtics, seeing that they took them to what, 7 games without him?
I feel like the series would have won 7 games either way. I feel like they would have had a better puncher's chance, but I just feel like the team that Boston had last year and the run that they went on after like when the new year started, that team was just a reckoning to deal with. On the defensive end, they had one of the best defensive ratings as well as offense too. So I would have to say they would have a puncher's chance, but I still would have Boston coming out of that game 7.